Yeah. All right. Well, we just got out of the Ghostbusters movie, and before we begin, I just want to say, at best, this is just an average, boring movie with cliche jokes I've heard hundreds of times, and only twice did I actually like chuckle. But honestly, my biggest complaint is that it's Ghostbusters, and in 2016, I expect the Ghostbusters franchise to be used well.
Or to evolve.
To evolve in some way, but it doesn't. In fact, in certain areas, it downgrades itself.
This movie takes a lot from the original film.
It's just the women jokes that's fucking cringy.
Okay, well...
more than that, I mean, oh god.
I feel like Melissa McCarthy and Melissa McCarthy and what was the other ones?
You're talking about the blonde chick, right?
No, Melissa McCarthy is the
Talking about her best friend.
Oh.
yeah, the two best friends of the main characters.
I don't know.
So
I
you
don't
mean
know.
the fat girl and the red hair girl?
Yeah, the red hair.
Yeah,
You say that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm trying to say the actor's name.
Just
Guy.
to be,
Come on.
yeah, but I don't remember her name, honestly.
Yeah. I honestly felt like they were playing more roles that cater to their movies, their audience that they played in past movies.
Yeah.
They were not acting for a Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
They felt kind of out of place. The only ones that actually felt like they were trying to act in a Ghostbusters movie was Leslie Jones and I'm gonna call her the engineer, the crazy engineer.
The blonde chick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
blonde
I
chick.
actually liked her.
I think she was one of the
Yeah.
few likable characters.
Yeah. The thing was, like, the two main characters, the best friends, they tell us they had a past, but I never saw that friendship at all throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it's implied that she...
They're lifelong friends.
They're lifelong friends. Then she left or something.
Because she wanted to take, like real science.
Yeah, and she wanted to be at the university, but then when she made that ghost video, she got fired from the university. And there wasn't really there wasn't any build up to their relationship as friends throughout the entire.
Yeah, there was no indication.
We're just supposed to take their word for it.
They just say, "Oh yeah, I knew her in high school. We became friends over ghost stories, but then I left, but now I'm back."
It's like
okay. So relationship wise, they didn't really develop the characters very well.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Let me just say this: the original Ghostbusters was not perfect. I loved it. I loved the original Ghostbusters, but it wasn't perfect. But it was a product of the time.
It was a product of the 1980s.
It tried to, give us a supernatural movie, with, a little bit of, creepy moments here and there, some great comedic moments with the characters, some great character development as well, a lot of backstory, and just some crazy science mumbo jumbo that gives us fighting ghosts. But this one, it just feels like they're trying way too hard to be funny.
And pander.
Yeah, like, because the ghosts, never once did I feel scared or creeped out. It's just like, they just felt like they weren't there.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I like the CGI.
CGI is
The CGI, when it was combined with practical effects, was okay.
Yeah.
But near the end with Times Square, it got a little too heavy, especially the first couple of ghosts, just a little too much.
Yeah.
But another problem I had with the Times Square scene was it's weird having to say Ghostbusters had an action scene. Because the original had explosions, yes, but the characters themselves weren't really moving as much as they were in here. Like, this one felt like they were trying to portray them as superheroes.
As, like, badasses.
Superheroes. Trying to pander, or they're trying to, copy a superhero movie.
Yeah, but Ghostbusters are scientists.
They even have their own Thor.
Okay, we'll get to him later. Because he actually is a big problem I have with the movie. But right now, I'm saying, like, this is Ghostbusters. They're scientists. They're not action heroes. They're not superheroes. They're just scientists.
This ain't the Avengers trying to save New York City. Wait, actually, where were the Avengers in all?
Yeah, I hate how they put the fucking politics in the movie.
Oh yeah, like, it was so stupid. Like, the mayor saying, like, "Oh no, it wasn't ghosts. It was terrorists putting poison in the water." Like,
oh,
what the hell?
To make everyone like hallucinate. I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, okay, not even the politics in the first movie were that dumb.
No.
They actually congratulated the original Ghostbusters in public.
Yeah.
You know? But this one is just like, they were trying so hard to make everyone seem, you know, so up their asses. Just to,
it's insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting. Like, everyone is an asshole.
Yeah.
And it's even harder when almost everyone else, other than the main characters, are male characters.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not saying that they're out there saying males are stupid and girls are awesome. But when you have
That's kind of what this movie was saying.
Yeah,
when you have like 5 male characters like with actual dialogue, and they're all either made out to be wimps, cowards, idiots, or just assholes, I have no, I start kind of getting insulted. And it gets even worse when they actually beat the last villain by shooting him in the dick. Or at least where the dick would be.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
That's all kind of levels of insulting.
That is. I mean, it's insulting because if it was any other movie, I feel like that would just be like a throwaway joke, like, that's just dumb. But because it was preceded by a bunch of male characters that were portrayed as, like I said, dumb assholes,
yeah. I
have to feel like it was a personal attack. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it came off to me.
Yeah.
But Chris Hemsworth, okay, his character...
Thor, right?
Yeah, Thor.
Yeah, but we actually want to say his actual...
but Chris Hemsworth, he was way too stupid.
Thor, what did they do to you?
There were a couple of moments where I thought it was like genuinely, kind of adorable, but it went too far. Like, okay, just stop. No one is that dumb. No one. And the only reason they kept him around is because they said right there in the film, he's
hot.
eye candy. He's hot. The only connection he has, personal connection he has with the female cast is the main lead female is attracted to him.
That's it.
That's it.
That's literally the only reason he's here.
They have no reason to keep him on the team.
He's just...
The receptionist from the original Ghostbusters, yeah, she was a bit, cold.
Yeah.
But she did her job well.
Yeah.
So when the original Ghostbusters actually portrayed a female, in a good light, a supporting character, female, in a good light, and then this one portrays the male support character in a horrible light.
Yeah.
Again, I feel insulted.
Okay, speaking of insults.
It's funny
it's funny you mentioned the receptionist because that receptionist was in this movie.
Yeah, the cameos were involved. The still alive 3 Ghostbusters.
There's Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, fucking Ernie Hudson, and
Sigourney
Weaver. I think that's her name.
Sigourney Weaver. That's she was the
woman.
Love interest, wasn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, and then, of course the female receptionist.
Yes.
That was I mentioned before. Those 5 come back in this film.
Yeah.
And
although Bill Murray died, Bill Murray gets killed. Spoilers.
Spoiler, dude. Spoiler.
I missed that. I was in the bathroom.
You weren't missing anything.
His cameo was a guy, another one of the assholes.
Yeah.
Who just say, "I'm a leading expert on ghosts, and I say these Ghostbusters are fake." And then when he finally, meets them in person, he dies. The ghost kills him. And it's just like the whole time he's on screen, he's portrayed as an asshole.
They even had the bad music playing in the background.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be like some the evil critic or something like shit.
What the hell?
Like you literally have to be a cuck in order to like this movie.
Okay.
Okay. I guess.
like the men who are full of themselves are bad guys, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
But he gets killed off.
But...
He gets killed up. We don't even see a dead body. He just he's dead.
Well, we just imply he's dead. He did fall.
He followed a two-story window.
And that's on concrete. So I'm assuming he's dead.
Yeah. But yeah, they just kill him off. And then Dan Aykroyd's scene was just.
I'm a cabbie driver. That doesn't.
Well, the cab driver wasn't the problem. The problem was that they legitimately just like, yeah, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah.
He just walks away like.
They portray him as like every man in this movie is like an asshole.
Yeah, every guy in this movie.
No
is
guy is capable of helping them in any way.
Yeah.
Like it's all up to them. Just like, well, to be fair, even the one other female supporting character, the mayor's assistant, she's kind of an asshole too.
Yeah.
But then they kind of redeem her, I suppose, by having her come up to them, say, "Okay, we'll accept your help. We'll even fund you completely." It's like, why didn't the mayor do this? Why is the mayor out there telling terrorists did this when the mayor's aide is actually here?
Because the mayor is busy telling people that terrorists did this, and we had,
while the mayor's aide is actually telling the Ghostbusters, like, "Okay, we need your help. We'll fund you completely." It's like, why isn't the mayor doing this?
Okay, here's my thing with this movie, and I think you burned it the most. I think. This would you call this a reboot or the franchise?
It's a reboot.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a full reboot.
Okay.
There's no connection to the original film.
So if it's a reboot, then it's still, and I guess I knew what they were going for when they're trying to put the cameos, but they might, if they're gonna put them in the movie anyway, they might as well just made this a reboot, remake sequel. Or something like I think you were the one who brought up the idea that this should have been like, since this is years later, and I think it was a trailer that.
Yeah, there was a trailer that actually, lied.
Yeah,
by saying 30 years ago, these 4 scientists saved the city. It's like, oh, so it's a continuation.
But it's not.
But then they said, oh, no, it's not. It's like, then why the hell did you put a trailer that said 30 years ago the 4 Ghostbusters saved the city?
And they were able to get the people who are still alive to do
they did a cameo
these cameos.
of the that Doughboy thing. I forgot what.
Yeah,
the Doughboy and Slime.
Puff Marshmallow Man.
And Slimer.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
And Slimer.
Oh, yeah, Slimer. I kind of wish Slimer was... Oh, he was kind of fun. I like Slimer.
I guess.
I mean, he was just going around joyriding in the Ghostbuster mobile and with a lady friend. It's like, aw, that's sweet.
I guess that was the only part I found a little amusing, but
yeah. But yeah, like I said,
I don't know. I like the only part I like in this movie, but it was kind of cringe, was the blonde chick when it was all slow mo and shit.
With the Ghostbuster theme music in the back, she was kicking ass.
I thought that was pretty cool. But
here's the thing though, it's cool. It's cool in an action movie. This is Ghostbusters. They're scientists. They don't need to be action heroes.
They're brilliant scientists.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get into the terminology because this is obviously fake science, so whatever. I'm not gonna
what are you talking
that.
about? Well, I've always studied the paranormal science of everything.
No. So no, I'm not gonna bother with pointing out the supernatural inconsistencies if there are any, because I'm not that well versed in that kind of stuff.
None of us are.
Yeah, but it just felt like there was very less science, and more just going around. Just, waving your guns around, shooting things.
Jump and shoot.
Yeah. Like I said, at best, it's just a boring, generic movie with jokes I've heard hundreds of times before. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was a Ghostbusters franchise...
If it didn't have the Ghostbusters name...
It'd be just average. I can just watch and just what, okay, I just killed 2 hours of my time, whatever. But because it's Ghostbusters, I have this expectations. It's 2016. Can we improve the formula here?
2016. Yep.
Just yeah, I'll admit it. Like I said before, the original 2 Ghostbusters were great in their time, but I wouldn't,
Well, the first one more so than the second one.
Well, and the third one.
I'm gonna have to watch the first one today just to get the bad taste out of my.
Well, I'm gonna sleep this off and then watch that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it's almost midnight at this point.
Yeah.
Who sleeps?
Alright, so like I said, I chuckled twice, and that was for the flipping of the bird scene.
I thought that was pretty cringy.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cringe. You mean the guy flipping them off?
Yeah, I chuckled because it was cringy, but I chuckled. That's something compared to the rest of the movie that just had me sitting there And I guess the dumpster floating by when she thinks it's the whole city moving, which is that's a heavy fucking dumpster if it can do that. That's
pretty fucking. It makes. Didn't it make the table shake and shit?
I was just like, God damn, what the hell is that dumpster made of?
What the fuck is in that thing?
Jesus Christ. Like I said, it just felt like if it wasn't Ghostbusters, it'd just be an average movie. But because it is Ghostbusters,
because it has the name,
I just feel like they could. It's just disappointing.
It's like how you said about Lex Luthor in BVS.
Yeah, like I said with Lex Luthor, it's like if you took Lex Luthor's name off of it, he'd be fine as a villain. But because it's Lex Luthor, I have expectations of him, and he didn't meet them.
And he didn't meet them.
Yeah, so essentially this is what this movie is. It's a movie that doesn't meet expectations of the Ghostbusters name.
Well, what was this pandering to? The fans? Because I think the fans of the original movie are gonna
Kind of like more the characters than just the ghost itself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a special pastor to a new audience.
I think it is for a new audience.
It's a new audience.
Like, we were in the theater. We were probably like the only ones that disliked this movie.
That's right. The theater,
Like,
everyone was
actually,
cheering.
actually in the theater, some people were laughing like
was
at some jokes that were not even funny.
I'm like, really? You're laughing at that? I guess
It's
that
funny
was
because
amusing.
okay, my opinion of Batman vs Superman is gonna come at a later time, but I'll admit there were certain scenes I felt like we need to cheer at this. This is awesome, but no one in the theater cheered at all.
I remember.
And there was way more people.
There was
There
way
were
more people.
And here in Ghostbusters, there were more scenes like that. That's not funny, and yet everyone was going wild. I was
Like what?
Okay, I know there's differences in opinion when it comes to comedy,
opinion and comedy,
but this is ridiculous.
exactly.
This movie wasn't made for us. That's for the.
That-
It wasn't
true.
made. It wasn't made for people who watched the original movie. I think
Who
most-
expected like a Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah.
This is more of the people who expected Melissa McCarthy and Ellen,
Like what? Like chick flicks? Or what?
kind of like woman empowerment films.
Well, most of the women who were picked with this were picked to be the main cast were picked because they were like.
Because they were big name female comedian stars.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Leslie Jones is on SNL, and she is funny on that. She is funny on that show. But so I can understand why they wanted her. But yeah, this is not a film for the Ghostbuster audience, for supernatural audience, or even just kind of like sci-fi audience. This is more of the females in an action movie kind of audience.
But this is still the third best Ghostbuster movie.
Fourth, if you count the video game.
No, fourth best Ghostbusters movie.
I count the video game because the video game is actually pretty fucking awesome.
Which video game?
They
There's
had
a
a game.
Yeah, the video
I
game
know.
for the PS2.
PS2?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an awesome game. In fact, it's so good that some people just, edit the cutscenes and certain parts of gameplay.
And just make it.
and they make it a movie. And it's like, it's officially declared like the third movie that we always wanted.
Have you played the Genesis or no?
No, I haven't played it.
That one's pretty
We
good.
we played the NES.
Oh God, yeah. The project we did in high school. God,
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, what was that? 8 years ago?
Actually, yes,
Damn.
2008. That was 8 years ago.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah, it was for subhuman class.
it was for Filipino.
Yeah, subhuman.
Insulting your own kind. I see.
Yeah.
Aha.
Aha. We can make these jokes because we're Filipino.
Also, I can make jokes about black people because I'm part black?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. I don't mind. Fuck yeah. I ain't got no dad. He left. I can say that because I'm black.
Okay. I guess anyone want to put any closing statements? Cause
I've said what I wanted to say. Like I said, at best, it's just a boring movie I've seen
It's
100
not worth
times.
it. I give it 2 stars
out of
5.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was actually expecting it to be more insulting, and it kind of was. But honestly, if I took the Ghostbuster name off it, I just wouldn't care.
This isn't the worst thing I've seen. I've seen worse films.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've seen worse films. More insulting to even to fandom in general.
Or it's just insulting as a movie in general.
Like what?
Honest.
Remember movie 43?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, movie 43.
Oh, besides that.
Oh, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, Dragon Ball
that
Evolution
one
is
clearly
like,
doesn't even bother reading a single
Yeah,
chapter of the manga.
this movie is not that insulting.
that's not that insulting.
It's not that insulting.
Yeah,
It's insulting, but Evolution is just
probably at least read up a bit on the proton packs
yeah,
a bit.
it's a league of its own.
Yeah, Last Airbender and DBE are like on the league.
Yeah,
of
those
their
are
own.
insulting. Like this one, not
it's just
too much.
it's just boring.
Yeah,
it's just boring.
Yeah, and
It's
cringy.
disappointing when you see it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope if they do. I mean, there's a rumor that there's an all-male cast again with
Why?
with,
This is gonna be I
with
feel
Channing
like
Tatum and someone
Tatum?
else.
Oh god.
Maybe Channing Tatum is just a real rumor. Like, it's gonna be like a different, kind of parallel universe.
Wait,
This one's female and
They,
this-
they announce it, or it's just rumor?
I think it's still rumor just now. I think they're waiting to see how this one pans out, and then they'll. I don't know.
I don't think.
I think it's a rumor, but I don't know.
I think at most this movie will probably make enough money to warrant a sequel,
So it'll be like 2003 Hulk and then 2008 Hulk.
Yeah. So 5 years later and down the line in 2021,
another
guys,
Ghostbusters that has apparently, I mean, some things to do with the original, but it's gonna be a whole new cast for some reasons. Like weren't you females? No, we were male. No, you were definitely female. No, we were male. It's like
they turn. Now watch, you're gonna say they're male, but like they turn to like transgender.
Fucking hell, no, don't. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I was trying to avoid that, but okay. I walked us right into that. I am sorry. I apologize.
We apologize to every.
I'm not.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, like I said,
You can find him at
yeah. Tell him their address.
123 Fake Street.
It's a nice neighborhood.
His Steam account and Facebook account are kidding.
I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
You want to give it a score? I agree with him.
Well, the movie
2 out of
itself,
5.
like I said, the movie itself, I would give it. Like I guess I agree with him. I would give it a 2 out of 5.
So our general verdict is 2 out of 5, guys.
Honestly, my biggest issue is not with the movie itself. It's mostly the story behind the production. Yeah, the way they treated the fans, the way they treated like actual legit, like logical arguments as to why it wasn't funny, and also how they just treated like I think one of the producers of the original too, because one of the original directors actually. He was gonna be part of the movie, but then the woman in charge of the whole movie kind of just contacted Paul Feig. And Paul Feig was just like, I don't work with well with other co-directors. He doesn't work with co-director projects. But then the woman, the executive, she's just like, oh, don't worry, we can phase him out, and you can just take charge of the whole thing. Just like that's kind of a dick move, just because she's a fan of his movies of strong, funny females. Just like. There's a lot more with the production.
For you.
Yeah,
that's Hollywood.
Hollywood's really,
all about money.
They produce boring films every now and then, but it's mostly the stories behind them that make it worse.
They produce boring films. They produce films that destroy our childhood. They destroy.
Has there been like a good original movie recently that's not superhero?
No.
Like...
No. Well, not that I can think of. I'm sure people in the comments are going to leave comments saying, "No, this is."
There's not a sequel of any kind.
Not a sequel. Not
like something original.
Not based on like not based on anything either. Like not based on like a novel or not.
Well, I mean that's not fair because the novel's okay.
Well, what do you guys think of like something like I don't know, Inception?
Inception was
a good movie.
Yeah.
Zootopia, I liked it.
Yeah.
That's a
like some movie you could say that like this defined the 2010s.
For me right now, Zootopia.
2010s. Oh well, that's not a superhero movie.
Yeah, like some
because superhero movies gonna define 2010, 2020.
Damn it! Because I was gonna say like the Avengers or something.
No, because superheroes have been around for the 2000s.
Yeah, so...
And 2010s, and now 2020s.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything in 2010s.
I'd say Zootopia. I like it so much. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
That's pretty much all we have to say. This is probably our shortest review we're going to have here.
Did...
This was short?
Because this was boring.
Yeah.
Well, a boring film is not hard to talk about.
Yeah, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, with our other reviews, we could talk about a lot of other things.
Because, we love the subject material so much that we wanted to improve. But this one was just so boring, like, I don't know how they could improve.
Yeah.
They should have improved from this movie itself.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They just, I don't know, they just kind of played generic joke after generic joke.
Or in 2016.
Vagina joke.
And if we expect better from Ghostbusters franchise.
We expect better from any franchise, but...
so we're pretty much done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Alright, so, I've been Tony I'm Tony Dragon.
I'm Shadow.
And I don't know if
I'm Mark.
And thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.
We'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, we forgot a couple of things we wanted to talk about. For one thing, when it came to cameos again, no one clapped or cheered when they saw these three legendary actors.
Yeah, they managed to get Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Henry Hudson.
Well, the Sigourney Weaver, Sigourney Weaver's just pretty big enough, right?
She's
big
people know her from Alien, so I guess.
Yeah, and no one clapped, no one cheered,
And
no
the
one
receptionist, I guess, but no one knows the name.
Yeah,
she hasn't been in too many projects after Ghostbusters.
If you watch Ghostbusters, you know who that is.
Yeah, even if like any movie, Bill Murray's in a lot of movies. You know, no one clapped.
Like this movie is not for the fans.
It's really not for fans
It's not
of Ghostbusters. Or I feel like movies in general because Bill Murray was in it and no one cheered. Like again, like I don't know if that was because they were portraying him as like a bad guy.
Maybe it was like an asshole.
Or an asshole. But I still would have felt like, holy shit, Bill Murray, all right.
Like the taxi scene too, the taxi cab.
Dan Aykroyd came up and no one just like, woo!
Yeah.
No, it was just silent.
Like, we'll laugh at vagina jokes and cringe jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of vagina jokes and just like fart jokes and just like, really? Why are we laughing at this? So yeah, that's another point. Like, this is another point that proves it's not made for the fans of Ghostbusters.
It's really not.
Oh yeah, that was the worst rock concert I've ever seen.
That was a pretty.
The scene in the trailer where they hunt down that gargoyle-looking ghost.
Yeah.
You know, they go to a rock concert, but the moment you actually see the rock concert being played, it is the most boring, unenergetic, and mundane rock concert I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual lyrics of whatever song they're singing is just the same one over again.
Oh, and
you want to see it again? You want to see it again? The hell? See what again?
Also, I thought was cringy was the new Ghostbusters by the Fallout Boys.
Oh yeah, the new Ghostbusters thing?
I was legitimately like...
That was...
Oh.
I mean, why Fall Out Boy? I mean, I guess they're getting up there in popularity again, but why Ghostbusters? I mean, what's sad is they got a famous female rapper singing a certain part in the song, and I heard it, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Her part was actually pretty good.
Wait, did you hear it in the movie? Or?
No, I didn't hear it in the movie. I think they just had the Fall Out Boy version, and then her part was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of faded in. But if you go online and look it up, you know, kind of skip to her rapping section, and it's really good. Yeah. You know, it makes you feel like, why didn't just she be in charge of the whole thing? It would have been awesome. Well, yeah, another thing I had a problem with the outfits.
Okay,
they looked ugly as hell. The orange lines all over them.
I kind of just thought they were like a fire outfit, just...
It wasn't really a fire out. No, remember she got it back. Leslie Jones got it back from her workstation at the train station.
Oh, that was like
Subway
a train
station.
outfit or something.
I guess for like working underground in the tunnels, when it's leaks or something. That's what she said.
Also, I forgot to mention there was a stupid scene where they've actually got the inspiration for the logo. Like they're interrogating this guy.
Oh my god! How they got
station.
inspired by the logo? It's just some random like artist that graffitis on the wall, and he just like the ghost. You remember seeing a ghost? Yeah, it looked like this, and it's just the Ghostbuster logo. It's like,
really? You're gonna tell me this is how they get their logo?
Some random guy just paints just spray paints a picture.
Yeah, and the last villain, like he turned the cartoon version.
Yeah, he turned into the cartoon. I'm like, wow, I am legitimately watching a Saturday morning cartoon now.
Wait, that was a villain?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes, there was a villain.
He was so unmemorable.
He's so unmemorable, we don't know his name.
And
I forgot to talk about him.
That's pretty much why we're doing
He's so unforgettable.
We don't even remember his name.
Like,
his reasoning was, people have treated me for shit because I don't look...
bullied.
I was bullied and because I don't look handsome. So I'm going to kill everyone.
Villain motivation. And
it's when he's possessing Chris Hemsworth and it's just like, hey, I'm handsome. And everyone, even when he's being evil, is like, who's that hunk? Yeah. Are you fucking kidding? It's the same thing with Superman when he, like the female soldier's like, she's smiling at him because he's handsome. It's like, really?
Really? Really?
See, here's the thing. We live in we're 2016 now. Handsome doesn't mean everything anymore. It doesn't. It's overplayed. It's cliche. So when I see a villain who says, people treat me like shit because, I don't look pretty or I'm weird. So I'm gonna kill everyone.
It's like alienating,
You're alienating people who, I think the only weird part about him was that he's interested in supernatural stuff. There are plenty of people like that in real life. They like supernatural stuff, but they don't go out acting weird and talking about that shit in front of anyone.
Yeah, you can be a weird
kill
person.
Everyone. It's like alienating.
I didn't see any antisocial tendencies or any other things.
Yeah,
the guy was a bit odd, but
no reason to make fun of him or insult him. Which apparently, what he says that's what's going on.
There was no situation that they showed earlier or any indication.
Well, his workplace. Some people were insulting him, like, "Hey, freak, get down here! You have to clean this."
We're just supposed to assume from these couple of lines that
his entire life he's been insulted. But even there's is that enough reason to kill everybody?
We could have assumed that those are just some dickholes who don't like him or something.
Yeah, everyone else is just. The waitresses. It's like, I don't want to serve him. He's weird. You serve him.
Yeah.
It's like, really? What waitress does that?
Really? Yeah.
The fuck?
Like, what the hell? Imagine we go to a restaurant and then someone's like, no.
You can hear them whispering in the back. It's like, I don't want to serve them. They look weird. The fuck? I'm not eating here anymore.
What the hell?
It's a lady. It's your fucking job.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just.
The fuck?
It's so, again, it's one of those cliches that piss me off. It's like, really? It's like, that's the reason you're going to give the villain? It's going to make him forgettable. That's why I forgot to talk about him.
We already forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's know his name.
Yeah, he's already disappearing from mine. I don't
even know his name, yeah.
What are we talking about again?
The only time I remembered, I actually bothered paying attention to him was because he was in Chris Hemsworth's body. Yeah. And then after that, he became the Ghostbusters logo monster, and they shot him in the dick. Where he didn't have a dick, so why did it hurt him? Did he tell himself, "Oh no, my dick. Oh wait, I don't have a dick, but it still hurts." Like again, it's one of those logical inconsistencies that I shouldn't pay attention to too much.
Is it implied that he could have transformed into any form?
He didn't have to stay in that form. He could have transformed into something else.
So he could have transformed into take on the form of Godzilla,
or take on the form of a smaller ghost that can escape the pull. I don't know. They portray him as intelligent enough to create this portal into the ghost dimension.
Yeah.
But he was dumb enough to shoot him in the dick, and he's gonna fall in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of he's an underwhelming villain. In fact, it just felt like he wasn't necessary.
He really wasn't.
Why not just say no? The barrier has been weakening over the years, and the ghosts are finally coming through.
You didn't need to put
he felt unnecessary.
Yeah. Did they have a villain in the original Ghostbusters?
They did, but he was an interdimensional demon.
It wasn't some jerk off humans
Yeah, interdimensional demon that was weakening the barriers between the human world and the ghost dimension, and slowly taking doing these weird dark rituals to get in, But this guy just I leave these bombs around and they open portals into the ghost dimension.
God, I wish we had that.
And it was a random X too. It's
that's the thing. That's part of the supernatural shit that I'm not gonna get into because I don't know it. Maybe there actually is a book that declares are those lines. I don't know.
Hopefully it's not that book.
It would be more convincing if they had a Satan sign or something
like a pentagram.
That. Yeah.
Maybe I can be okay, so there's demons and ghosts. Okay.
But
it's just a generic X. But again, I don't know much about supernatural shit, so I'm not gonna get into that.
Well, you're not experts at supernatural.
But I think that's everything now. Yeah, we've remembered some of that stuff.
Yeah.
The costume design was kind of boring and honestly a little ugly compared to the original. Mostly the orange lines. Just too much. How they got their logo.
It's orange lines.
And the crowd in the movie, they didn't cheer for these actors.
Yeah, the audience didn't really they didn't appreciate the fact that these
and there was a lot of people too.
There were a lot of people, but they looked at these great actors and just they didn't respond. Are you kidding me? Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray,
I'm pretty sure
Sigourney Weaver.
I'm pretty sure there's 75 people who have seen the first movie, or probably didn't even remember the first movie.
I feel like I was in the wrong theater.
Yeah, we were probably in the wrong theater.
Because when you saw Batman and Superman,
I hear people in the theater, everyone was going crazy. What theater were you in? Because my theater, only 5 people clapped at certain scenes.
Yeah, not even at the scenes the Wonder Woman scene where she came in.
Yeah, maybe 3 people clapped when she came in. It's just are you kidding me, people?
Really?
This movie's depressing.
When all three of them showed up, like no one cared.
And yet here,
there was like way more people than there was now. So
it was packed.
and here, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Sigourney Weaver, and no one's just like, this is where you should clap, people.
Yeah, it's a shitty town.
Yeah, we live in a shitty town. People share shit here.
Wait, that's near your area.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I live in a shitty town.
When we go to Point of Hills, it's way more.
Probably.
Like, people cheer.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, I think we said it, like, the villain was very forgettable. He was not necessary. This was unnecessary.
That was pretty much unnecessary.
But, yeah, we said everything now. We just wanted to add that because we forgot about to say it
We literally
earlier.
forgot about it because we fucking literally forgot about it.
Yeah, alright, well, we forgot about the villain because that's why. Alright, so, anyway, that's it. The next movie, I guess the big movie we're going to see is Suicide Squad. So you guys ready for
I
that?
think it's gonna be Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, right?
Oh yeah, we have to see that too.
We have to review it too.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Because we have to legitimately give it a full review when we've been putting it off for months now.
Because as soon as I heard like extra 30 minutes, it's just like, okay, I can't review an incomplete movie.
Wait, so when's it coming out? The 19th?
19th.
I think it is the 19th.
Yeah.
I'll check that in later.
Yep.
I'll have the DVD and then we'll watch and then we'll review it. Because when I heard 30 minutes
Wait, is it on DVD or theater?
DVD.
Oh.
It already came out in theater, but only for one day only.
Yeah, it was like a one day only event and we missed it, so I was like, fuck.
But it was gonna probably be expensive.
Yeah, it was probably gonna be fucking expensive.
I'll just buy the DVD. Or maybe rent it. I don't know.
Or you could bootleg it like everyone else.
I'm gonna rent it. I'm not a bootlegger. Yeah, but we're gonna because again, when I heard 30 minutes of cutout footage, it's like, well, that's incomplete. Then it's DLC. I'm not gonna
DLC for movies.
Oh, God damn it! I hope that's not a trend that follows.
It will.
No. I mean, director cuts were technically kind of DLC, but I felt that was more like the director saying, like, I almost wanted to put this in, but no one let me. Now I have a chance to do it. But here it's more like, the studio's just like, okay, we fucked up. We didn't, give you the full film, but now we will. It's like, are you kidding me?
So yeah, to me, director's cuts or something was like the director intended.
The director wanted, he putting more of his passion into it. Like, this is my own personal vision of the film. How I wanted to portray it.
He puts his version of the movie, and then he puts the version that came out.
But the ultimate cut feels like the studio just like realizing they fucked up in the theater release, and it's just like, okay, now we'll give you the full movie. It's like, okay, fine. But yeah, I mean, we'll do that. But the next big theater release is Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
You guys ready for that one?
Can't be worse than this. So.
All right, so that's about it. I'm Tony Dragon again.
Shadow here.
Mark.
Yeah. Hey.
And thanks for watching.
Bye, Kate.
And that's all, folks. This is where you edit in the.
Okay. I'll put Porky Pig there.
And that's all, folks.